G'day! Today down the shed, working on the Mazda CX7, changing out the front wheel bearing. Tools for the job. You can get away with some basic spanners, sockets, bits and pieces, pry bars, hammers, a few consumables. But the main thing to worry about is a socket to undo that drive shaft nut, either 35mm socket or 1 3/8, a torque wrench, but I'll put a list of the tools I used in the description. So how I worked out the wheel bearing had failed, besides the wife letting me know it was making a bit of a rumbling noise in the front end, is I jacked the car up, supported it, and grabbed the wheel at 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock and rocked it back and forth. And you could hear the actual hub and wheel bearing moving in there. What I start by doing is undoing the drive shaft retaining nut. Now this is roughly 35-36mm socket. I'm using an 1 3/8. Place the breaker bar on there, push down. Seems to be the easiest way of leverage, then pulling up, and just remove that. Once this is removed, because you may require someone to put their foot on the brake for you, but because I've got it in handbrake on and in park, it hasn't moved. Spray some CRC or some WD-40 in there. Make sure your shaft is free inside that hub. There we go, we've got plenty of movement. Let's move on. Moving on to removing the brake caliper assembly. Just using the 19mm socket on your ratchet and undoing the 2 retaining bolts that hold it in place. Brake caliper assembly just out of the way. I've cable tied it just up to the spring, just so it's not hanging on that hose. We'll move on to the brake rotor. Normally there's a Phillips head screw holding this onto the hub. So if you have got those there, they are tight. Put the Phillips head screwdriver into the actual screw, just obviously imitation. Give it a hit on the back of the screwdriver as you're trying to twist it in the undoing rotation, and that should crack the threads to undo those screws. Now sometimes that rotor will be stuck on there. Give that section a spray with CRC and your rotor should come off. What I like to do now is remove the ABS sensor with the 10mm socket. Now undoing the retaining, it's like an R-clip, or you may have a split pin through here. So just remove that clip out and undo your tie rod end. To remove the tie rod end, you can use a ball joint separating tool. Tighten that up and that'll pop the joint out. If you don't have one of these tools, you can also use a hammer and hit this section here, and what it will do is it will break the taper, or crack the taper, sorry, and release your tie rod end. So that's still tight. I leave the nut on there for the just in case your swing with the hammer isn't the best, because you don't want to damage the threads on here. Hang that out the way. Moving on to the lower ball joint retaining bolt, just spray some CRC around here just to loosen it up a bit and undo that with a 14mm socket and spanner. Now using your pry bar, just make sure your lower ball joint is loose. If you do have any dramas, just soak the area with a heap of WD-40 or CRC, and hopefully you can see just in here is a cutout. And what you can do is you can put a chisel into there and knock it a few times, which will separate that section there, which will then loosen it up. On to disconnecting the strut from the hub. Just undo your two 19mm nuts, remove those bolts, and that section will now be able to pull out. You may find removing the brake line to get to that nut might be easier, and that's simply a pair of side cutters or pliers just onto that brake line retaining clip, slowly pull it out. Your brake line's out the way. With both those bolts loose now and undone, just push down on the hub assembly and pull that top, or one of the bolts out. You'll be able to pull that section out, push the drive shaft back through, pull the hub off. Now I've got the hub assembly off. I wrote the kilometres and the date of when I replaced it last time. So now it looks like it's only lasted 3 years and done roughly, I have to double check, but I think we've done 50,000 Ks. So spin it and you'll hear it. Give it a wobble and you'll feel it. Now what I'll do is I'll take the assembly down to my mate's workshop and borrow their press, and we'll press it out and press it all back in. The new wheel bearing kit, obviously bearing, nut and a new circlip. We'll knock the centre hub out, then we'll have to press the inner race off, get stuck on the hub. We're cleaning it up for pre-assembly, removing the circlip from the bearing so we can press that out next. With that bearing pressed out, what we'll be doing next is cleaning up the surface area, applying a thin layer of grease just to help with reassembly. Fit the bearing and we'll press that back in. Once the bearing is pressed back into place, reinstalling the circlip that retains it, reinstalling the hub. That's pretty much the job done. Time to reassemble. With the new wheel bearing all reassembled, it's time to fit the hub again. So just before you reassemble everything, just make sure you've given it a wipe over, a bit of a clean. I spray a bit of lube just on the splines of the drive shaft and the ball joint. Then slide it all back together. Put the drive shaft back in just to make it a bit easier on yourself. Lift it up. Hope you can see that. Locate the ball joint. Put the ball joint retaining bolt back in. Throw the nut on. Reinstall your strut bolts. Just use a podgy bar to line up the holes. Can get away with using a screwdriver. I like to apply some medium strength Loctite to these bolts. Then tighten up the nuts. Then I go back down and tighten up that lower ball joint. Reinstall your tie rod. I just spray a bit of CRC on it. Make it easier for next time. Tighten up. Before reinstalling the ABS sensor, just give it a wipe. Make sure you got no metal filings on there. Reinstall. Moving on to the brakes now, making sure this surface area is clean. Just a bit of brake clean on there and a wipe. Same with the brake rotor. Reinstall your brake caliper, making sure the pads are still inside the slides. I also like to put a touch of medium strength Loctite on these retaining bolts. And if you did remove that brake line, which it did make it easier to get it to everything, reinstall the retaining clip. Moving on to the drive shaft, reinstalling the nut that we got new. Again, I like to use just a touch of medium strength Loctite. Throw that nut on, tighten up to spec. Once that's torqued up, you've got a little like keyway section here. Use a punch or a chisel, just hammer that down. I've just written the kilometres at the moment of where I've replaced this wheel bearing. Now I'll refit the wheel and take it for a test drive. Dirty thumbs up. I hope this video helps you out if you're thinking about attempting your front wheel bearings. If there's any other tips we can give others, throw it in the comments. Otherwise, that's about it. Yeah, take it easy.